In this class, we are going to set up our laptop or desktop environment so that we can do all our labs in our respective workstations. I am assuming that you have a Windows operating system. To start the setup, you have to open up Command Prompt as administrator. For that, go to your Start button and type CMD to search for Command Prompt. But do not press Enter or do not left click on the Command Prompt option. Instead, do a right click on the Command Prompt icon when it shows up in the Start menu. Click on Run as Administrator. The command prompt will open up with C Windows System 32 path. Now on this command prompt, we will be running some admin level commands using PowerShell and a software called Chocolatey. The Chocolatey software will allow us to install other softwares through command line. This is very similar to the way yum command works on Linux, but Chocolatey is for installing Windows software on Windows operating system. To start installing all these softwares, we need to go to a website called gotothere.com/s9 lab setup. This will open up a list of commands on the browser. You have to run these commands one by one. So now copy the first command and paste it on the command prompt and press enter after pasting the command. This command is a PowerShell script which will download and install Chocolatey on your machine, which, as I told you, will help us in installing other softwares from command line. We have to wait till the script finishes its installation. So when your Chocolatey installation successfully finishes, you will get to see an output like this. Now you are ready to run the Choco commands. So go to the browser, copy the second command and run the command on command prompt. This command will install 4 more Windows softwares. It will install a command line downloader called wget. It is typically a Linux command, but this is a specially built version for Windows command line. Using this command, you can download any website content directly in the command line without opening any browser. Another common Linux command that we are installing now is the Nano text editor. Nano does not have a graphical user interface. It runs as a text editor within command line. It is considered to be easier to operate than the other popular Linux text editor named as VI. Considering many of us are from the non-Linux background, Nano becomes an easier notepad alternative in the command line. Console Z is the other application which we are installing. It is a command prompt alternative. The best feature of Console Z is the ability to create a tabbed window management for command prompts. In a single window, you can create multiple tabs, each of which is an independent command prompt. The fourth software being installed too is Notepad 2. It replaces Windows' default Notepad application. The default Notepad application in Windows does not have the line numbering feature. So that's why we will use Notepad 2. Notepad 2 has the line numbers. Moreover, because it replaces the default Notepad, it can be easily called in from the command line to open up files. As you can see, the other two commands we are yet to run. We will also be installing Virtualbox virtualization software. It's a free and open source virtualization platform from Oracle. It runs on a modified Xen hypervisor called XVM. Using this virtualization software, we will bring up the Linux environment on which we will do the actual practicals. All these softwares covered in our course are open source softwares which need to be installed on Linux. Hence, we will bring up the Linux servers as virtual machine on our Windows operating system using Virtualbox. Now, many of us may not be very much well versed with virtualization products. So, for that reason, we will use Vagrant to make it easy for us to create, run, and shut down VMs without knowing any specific skills required to manage softwares like Oracle VirtualBox. For this reason, Vagrant is also considered as a DevOps solution which developers can easily use to create virtual machines for testing their application source codes. So, Vagrant is the other tool that we are installing. So, once the current installation finishes, we have to start installing VirtualBox, and after that we will install Vagrant. If you by any chance have any other virtualization product installed on your Windows such as VMware Workstation, so you should uninstall that first before installing VirtualBox because VirtualBox and any other hypervisor can conflict with each other and introduce stability issues. You might be wondering why we are not using VMware instead. We are going to use this virtualization product for many integration, such as integration with Vagrant. For VirtualBox, such integration plugins are available free of cost, but for VMware, only paid plugins are available. Moreover, there are many VirtualBox images available for Vagrant compared to VMware images for Vagrant. Also, developers in the industry are increasingly using VirtualBox as a workstation virtualization platform combined with Vagrant automation. Hence, we have chosen Virtualbox. Now, let's install Virtualbox and Vagrant by running two commands one by one. Since both of these softwares are of large size, the download and the installation will take a bit of time, so we have to wait till it finishes. Don't worry when you see this large red text output during the VirtualBox installation. It is easy to think of it as some error message, but as I say, don't worry, it's not. Don't do anything and just watch the screen as the Choco commands install these products. After the Vagrant installation is over, we have to install Git source code management command line environment on our Windows machine. The Git command line comes with a Windows specific bash. Bash is generally a Linux shell which consists of all major Linux commands. By installing git bash on Windows, we can get those Linux commands on our DOS command prompt. If you already have git scm installed, then uninstall it before you do the installation again. In the process that I am showing here, follow my installation process with the exact same choices that I am making during this installation. Git scm can be downloaded from git-scm.com. Download the Windows version, run it, and follow the screen as I am showing it. Once installation complete, close the installation wizard and open up the Windows command prompt in administrative mode. To open Console Z, type console in the admin command prompt. CONSOLE, console, and then press enter. This will open up the Console Z window, which will look different from Windows command line. The first command we have to run here is bash, 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 and then press enter. This will initiate Windows Linux shell on Windows. Then we will create a folder structure to create all our lab files in a structured manner on your laptop. Once inside this folder path, we have to run a vagrant command which will initialize the process of creating an Ubuntu virtual machine. This command is vagrant space init space Ubuntu slash trusty64. Running this command will initialize the environment, but to create and run the virtual machine, we have to run the command vagrant up. Since right now we just need to create a virtual machine but don't plan to do anything on it right now, we will simply bring it up and shut it down at the same time. The command for this is vagrant space up ampersand vagrant space halt. Sometimes you may need to also pass on the parameter provider and explicitly mention the Virtualbox as the parameter as the provider for vagrant. Now run the commands as you see on screen. Don't worry if you don't understand vagrant right now. We will anyway have a set of dedicated sessions as part of our next module, that is infrastructure provisioning automation. Keep running these commands as long as they run. After completion, you can just move on to the next video. Thank you for joining. See you in the next video.